Oh, they're hawking about out there. It's not going to be too long. It's only one interview, and it's going to be over Zoom, so I don't have to drive to the other building that we're kind of partnered with. So the person I teach with moves between those two buildings, as well as the other special area teachers. So I stay in one building, but the interviews were originally going to be at that building on Thursday. The interviews got moved to Wednesday, and it's just one. And like I said, it's on Zoom. So it should be pretty quick and easy, or at least, like 30, 40 minutes probably um, once it starts. Obviously, it's not going to start directly after school since there's always just generic hoopla that happens after that. So that means that I'll be able to train tomorrow. The only thing I really need to do tomorrow are snatch pulls, so I'm not going to worry about doing those today. First thing I'm going to do today are back squats, and then I'm going to set the blocks up, and then we're going to do some push presses. So 5 sets of 3 at 100 with those. And I'll do it for the blocks, so it'll be interesting to see how they feel for the blocks, if they feel easier than doing a power clean. So that's kind of an experiment in itself. I then will be doing some behind the neck jerks. Plan is to go up to 150. I don't know if I'm going to do singles or doubles or what the exact idea is with them, but just going to be working at them. If they feel really good, we'll go heavy on those. If I'm feeling kind of cooked, then maybe try to do just the single up to 150 or reps. Kind of just vibing it out. But no, it's not showing. Oh, there it is. That was weird. That shows the metrics at the top of the amount of people that are here as well as the likes, and that disappeared for a second. So I don't know what changed, why that changed. But we're gonna get the sleeves on and just start squatting. Really, honestly, feel pretty motivated today, which is good. Feel pretty recovered. Ow! Scratched my knuckle on the ground. I did a bunch of ab wheel yesterday. Did 2 sets of 10, which I'm not hyper strict with it, but goodness, does it destroy me. Actually, I honestly don't feel sore from that, but if I don't do it for a while and then do it, I get absolutely thrashed by it. But thankfully, like I said, I'm not too terribly sore from it. But when I completed the 2 sets I did yesterday, it's a weird like stomach hypertrophy. I guess it's the way you can think about it is like if you did a bunch of bicep curls, and you get that like big pump after, you have that with like your abdominal muscles. It's very odd, but certainly is probably the only ab accessory I'm gonna really try to be consistent with doing, just because it's easy in theory to do. So I can just do it in my living room, and seems to seems to thrash my abs, which is ideal. And I don't have to do it for very long. I mean, 2 sets of 10 was a lot, but compared to doing like normal abs and like planks or whatever, those just take a while. And those I can do it for 5 minutes and absolutely mash my abdominal muscles. Hello. So, don't necessarily have a specific goal that I want to get up to with squats. The main goal is to get up to at least 180 kilos, so 397 pounds for a triple. So I'm going to do triples at 70, 120, 150, 180, and then we'll see if I want to push up above that. What's up? And see how those are feeling. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of reps, but feeling pretty excited to do triples. So we'll see how the vibe is with that. But get my shoes on. Hello, hello. Get the shoes on, my dance shoes on, and start warming up. I do have the other phone here for the musica. Sleeves are on. That's that belt behind me, which I don't need for the bar. I haven't warmed up or anything, so I'm going to be probably taking the bar for a couple sets. And squats might feel really good because I'm doing them first. Usually I do a couple exercises prior to doing them, so it'll be interesting to see just how they feel in general today, but how they feel doing them first before anything. So just the bar for a couple, just to warm up. So some good mornings and all that good stuff. Nothing too radical. Press a couple times just because. I'll do that a couple more times, and then we'll start yamming on some weights. It's nice. It's cooler in here than outside, but it's not too warm outside. So I have the hat on, but I'm sure I'll lose that eventually as I get warmed up. But bar has some condensation on it, which is pretty normal in here. Nothing really stays 100% dry, just because it's not a sealed environment out here. But legs are a little sore. It's to be expected, but don't feel too terrible. I think warming up more will feel good. But we'll get some tunes popping. We'll stick with the stuff that won't get popped up on the copyright, because that's always a smart choice. I can always hear the squirrels on top. Does my mom know that I lift weights? Is that what you're asking? She does know. She does know I lift weights. In fact, not only does my mom know, my grandma knows, my aunt knows, my dad knows, my whole family knows. Although my mom, grandma, and aunt are the main family members that watch whatever. Alright. Couple more. Buenos dias. Just warming up, my guy. Eventually it'll be more than you. Hopefully you can do more than the bar. Alright, so honestly feeling about as warm as I'm gonna be, so we'll throw 70 kilos on there. There's a mosquito. Well, it's 70 kilos now, so we're just going to be doing triples with the normal jumps. kind of feel like doing another triple. Oh, I didn't mean to. I blocked the wrong person. My bad, CMC. I meant to block another person. See if I can unhide it. No, I do weightlifting. Sorry, CMC. I didn't mean to hide your messages. That's my B. But Malay, no. All right, so another set with 70, just to get the joints oiled. My best clean is 176 kilos, so 100 or 386. I don't know what that is in pounds. All right. Nothing left to do but add some more kilos. Anabolic burps. Hey, what's up, brother? Where's some squats today? So triple here, feels all right. Keep moving it. Not too bad. Look pretty cool. Are they the normal, like normal width is like my bumpers, or are they bigger? So 150 now. We're warmed up, so we don't need the hat. Triple again. Push press, and then behind the neck jerks. Not too bad. All right, so 180 now. 180 kilograms. 397 pounds. So just a triple. bad. Yeah, they weren't too bad. It's all the burps. That's what's the key. We'll count the first 150 is my first working set, then 180 is the second set. This is 210, so it might just be a single. I made a triple, like 2 weeks ago with it, so it'd be mirroring that same weight. I have a feeling that just one will feel pretty heavy today, so I'm not too worried about doing it for 3, but it feels good. We'll rep it out, try to at least. Either way, this will probably be the top set, and then I'll drop down and do more. I'm noticing my letters are coming off the kilogram numbers. It's hard, probably you can't see on the video, but they still have the outline of the text underneath the embossed or debossed. I think debossed is when it's above the letters. But that's what you get with Titan quality. You get little errors like that, but the weights weigh what they weigh. Wish they were fake ones. They wouldn't be as heavy to lift. So this is 210 right now. So 462 freedom units. So we'll do it for 1. Feels good. Do it for 15 reps. Do between 1 and 20 reps. The over-under is 1 rep. We'll go for a 20 rep max. I actually think I would die about it, rep 5. I don't even know the cardio. Like the cardio-wise, I think I would start to struggle at. Alright. So we're going to see how this feels. Move slow. We'll do 1. Don't move slow. We do I could say any number above 3 and it wouldn't matter. I'm not going to do more than that. slow. Also wasn't really balanced. Kind of shoved forward a little bit. 15 singles. Oh, I'm slow. You guys are gaslighting me. Oh, that didn't feel easy. We'll do another single though. So here's how this workout's kind of starting to take shape. I'm gonna do another single. If it feels really, really good, we'll push up to maybe 220, 225. If it feels how that last one did, we're gonna drop down. Either way, we'll drop down and do some working sets. But I do need to practice heavier weights in general, just to get better at them. So a little bit of balance, but yeah. If that felt any better, I would just go to 220, but I don't really want to get stapled. So we'll do one more, and then see what's up. We'll see what's up. We gotta hold positions a little better. Little bit more better. All right. So for sure a single. Definitely know I have more than that today. Held my positions a lot better, but it was real difficult. Whew. So trust me, that was not going to be a double. I was going to roll right off my back if I tried to do it for two. We're going to drop back down to 150 to get some reps in. Definitely good to get up to 210. Second rep was technically a lot better. But I was definitely having to grind it. But yeah, 210 for two singles is good. Doing triples on the way up didn't probably really fatigue me. If anything, probably warmed me up a little bit better. But yeah, happy with that. So I don't know how many sets I'm gonna do here with 150. Just a couple. Because we can count the first 150 building up as a working set. The 180s a working set. The 210s, like I guess technically, working sets, but the reps are more valuable to track as far as if you're looking at volume. For the most part, obviously the heavy singles add a lot of fatigue, but doing 3 reps with even 150 is what 450 kilos of weight. So no belt for these either. Say between 3 and 5. I don't really know how they'll feel, especially ditching the belt. It might feel worse, but do it for some triples. Alright, 5 felt fine. Manageable. I feel like my stretch reflex, I'm not timing that. Like something feels off with that, but it could just be general fatigue. So we'll do a 3x5 there, and then set up for the push press. Thank you, Justin. Yeah. Twas decently easy. All right. Next set of 5. Squat holds, like just putting a weight on your back for front or for the back. I don't do them. I think front rack holds can be good, especially if you're trying to stretch your front rack out, but I just don't really think they're hyper valuable instead of just, like this, just doing reps. Back squats, no. I don't think they're really useful. I think if you want to feel, what your one rep max feels like or something like that, it's not the worst idea, but it's not really going to help. You just help your confidence or, just to feel what it's like to have that amount of whip on the bar or whatever with a heavier load. But no, I've never done them enough to feel like I got any benefit out of them. Reps always help. But I can see it being more helpful for bench press, simply because you can hold and work on those smaller muscles. But front squat's definitely good for the mobility. But I don't know. I think Chinese weightlifters make it certainly overrated. I think their supplementation does a lot more than a front rack hold would ever do for anyone. For them, it's just because they can, and there's not really like a large cost to doing them. I suppose that's the one argument, that even if it's not a big benefit, you can still argue to doing it, because it's not really going to wear you out. You're not really going to do a front rack hold and not be able to train the next day, unless you truly are going absurdly heavy, which I've tried before. Heavyweight feels really heavy. I believe I front rack held up to 300, maybe even more. I've definitely done 300, but it just feels like a mountain. It just feels impossible to move. But no, didn't really. It wasn't like, all right, now I'm ready to do whatever. But yeah, if you kind of stick around the weights you're actually doing, there's probably some argument that it could be beneficial, especially for the front rack. And bench press, that seems like a good idea too, but I don't bench press, so ain't do no benching. How much you bench.net? 0 pounds. Alright. Last set of 5. Part of me wants to do kind of controlled AMRAP and do more, but I know I'm going to repeat the session the next week, so I don't really feel like I need to. Plus, I have push presses and other stuff to do. If this was last exercise I'm doing today and then I'm going in, then I could see justifying an AMRAP to myself, but yeah, 2 other exercises that I want to be able to work hard at. And I would argue that the push presses and the behind leg jerks are more important for me, because that's a larger weak point, my overhead strength, than my squatting strength. It's always good to get stronger squats, but frying myself before doing overhead stuff is probably not optimal for what I need. So 1 more set of 5, and honestly, doing sets of 5, it's gonna be not like my legs gonna be fresh for them for the overhead stuff. All right. good. I mean, in theory, there's definitely more, but yeah, it feels horrendous. Don't ever do it. I moved it about an inch. Basically had it out of the rack, up, shook, set it back down. That I actually like at that even at that high of a percentage, it's not safe. I would not recommend doing that. I feel like I've done 320 with the back squat, and that's how I kind of realized it's absurd. Just like an above the knee deadlift from like basically like up, like here up, I've done over 700 pounds. Doesn't help anything. It's just, you just get to see how the weights look. It's fun to do in a sense, but I would be doing it just as like a one-off fun thing to do, and not so much as like something that's going to help anything. Trust me, I felt like I was gonna die when I was holding it. it's not like the fact that people can do a back or a front squat with 300 is mind blowing. Yeah, but I mean, if you're doing like a rack pull or something like, 300 isn't movable. You'd be surprised. I think that was the biggest thing I was surprised about. I wanna say I did even more with the back squat, but it's like you're surprised how much you can move like an inch. Yeah, but like you're not moving it far enough to really get hurt. But you're surprised. You'd be surprised like how much just your skeletal system, if you can like wedge it an inch, how much it can just hold there. I don't want to say the number because I don't think I actually did, but I feel like I did more than 320 with the back squat hold before. But I don't know if I actually did. I've definitely done 300 in the front and behind, 100%. I distinctly remember doing that from the front rack. But I feel like I did more with the back squat, but it's just not... It shows you how impactful it was on me, as I don't barely remember it unless it was the front squat. Because 300 is just a cool number. But we're going to set up for push presses and behind the neck jerks now. And yeah, and it's crazy people actually unrack it, squat it, put it back in the rack, and move on with their lives. That doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, so I feel like if I ever squatted 300, I would just stop lifting immediately. I would just retire, like, precisely at that moment. I would drop it off me, take off my shoes, and just walk out the gym. Like, there's nothing more I could do. Although I say that, and I've deadlifted 300 kilos for a double and done 310, so I'm still lifting because of those, but I feel like a squat's more impressive than a... I feel like definitely a 300 kilogram squat's much more impressive than 300 kilogram deadlift. But I don't know where that cutoff is. I guess for me it will always be more impressive because it's more difficult. But if you're built in the opposite way, I could see the opposite being impressive. But I feel like you see a lot more 300 and, you know, like a 700 pound deadlift is much more common than a squat. Especially for like lighter people. What I've also realized too is when I stack these all up and I have the crash pad, instead of fighting with the crash pad to put the weight on, I can just put it in the squat rack, take it off, and then walk it back out and drop it on it, and save myself so much heartache and hassle putting the weights on, because the crash pad sinks down, so it makes it rather obnoxious to move. But happy with squats went. 210, like, I theorized that I could maybe do it for more than one, but I kind of knew like I wasn't going to break myself to do it. But it felt good regardless. Yeah, I had to lift tremendous more. My best back squat's 240. My best deadlift's 310. But I'm built for, I'm very much built for deadlifts, not for squats. But I honestly, I mean, that's true for most people, because deadlifts are, they're less technical, and you're only going up. So even if you're not built well for it, you can still, you're only going up. Like a squat, you have to obviously go down, but you have to time that eccentric well enough to be able to bounce up using that stretch reflex, and have the strength to obviously, go through the top. But there's more that can go wrong in that whole motion versus the deadlift, which is just pulling it up. Obviously there's technique to it, but I think it's much easier to hold your positions in a deadlift. And maybe I'm coping because I'm bad at squats. Like for me, it's deadlifts are very easy. So I'm like, yeah, of course it's easier to do a deadlift. Like it's, I can just pull 500 pounds without even warming up. Like of course it's easy to do, but it's only one range of motion. You only got to go up. Squats, you gotta go up, down, all around. It's like a dance. You guys are not invited into my fort that I'm building, just so you know. My fort. Most importantly, no girls allowed in this fort. One's for the boys. Especially because these blocks weigh a mountain. This is why I hate block work right here. Moving these atrocities. Ones at the gym are a lot lighter, but they're much, much smaller. So for jerks, it's a lot more difficult to miss. And when I miss on those, they can bounce off and like shoot forward. So these are better for jerks for sure. Ones at the gym are definitely better for high block, anything like high block snatch or cleans. No matter what exercise I'm doing, they still weigh the same. But there, I don't have to move as many of them, and they don't weigh as much, then it's not as bad. These are cooking me. It's weightlifting Legos. It's how weightlifters play with Legos. Before I put the crash pads on, I want to make sure that these are a good width. Yeah. one crash boy. Ah, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Oh, playing hard to get. Ah, she's trying to run away too. Just like every other woman in my life. What's the other? As big as these are, you think I'd instantly know where they are. Crash pads are a metaphor for life. I'm gonna do a push press. Push pressing 100 kilos. 5 sets of 3. It's about to be routine working sets. Then some behind the neck jerks. I don't have to. Honestly, I don't even have to make that rule. It's not like. You think I'm gonna convince a woman to come out to this dungeon-looking place? I'm working in my house in this shed. It was funny. The kids at my school will draw me pictures sometimes and give it to me. And I had to explain I'm gonna put it up in my shed, but I'm not just anyone says the shed, they're just throwing it away. No, I lift out in my shed. I'm gonna put it up. You can see the pictures back there. I have this mural thing. I wouldn't honestly I don't blame them. It's not. It's musty, dusty, but it's mine. It's good for lifting. And I think honestly the spiders. That's when my 2 roommates lived there, and so my friend and his wife, when they both lived at my house, she didn't like lifting out here for the spiders. I think he was similar in that regard, but he would still come out and lift and stuff. But I don't actually see too many spiders, which is interesting. I've only had a mouse problem one time in all the years I've lived here, which has been since 2017, and that was killed one mouse. I saw a mouse when I was lifting out here, and that ruined my lifting session. I'm not gonna lie. If you're setting up for a block snatch and you see a mouse dart across the shelf in front of you, you're not really wanting to dive under weights. So that ruined one session, but then I just put out a mouse trap, and I think I caught 1 or 2 mice, and then that was it. But I've never seen one after that, so I don't think they can get in too easy. And there's not I don't eat and stuff out here, and I think that's why they were attracted. They don't get out, that's for sure. But I think what happened is that at some point, not to blame my roommate, but he had some sort of food product probably out here, and that attracted them in. Because I never had them before, never had them after, and I'm always really good. I don't eat out here or anything. I don't bring food out here in general, just water. So there's not anything in there for them, to be drawn to. So that was probably it. But also it's a dry area relative to the area around, so I'm sure because the neighbor doesn't mow as well in his backyard that could be. But also that he has outdoor cats, so I think they probably eat a lot of the mice around. So there's probably some pest control that's natural around here as well. So maybe I got to thank the orange cat that lives. I think there's a gray cat and an orange cat, but I see the orange cat a lot more. Maybe the orange cat's just eating all the mice for me. I gotta be a little nice for that guy. But oh, that cat's pretty nice. The other, what was no, the other one. I saw another cat, and he didn't want to come over and let me pet him. He just looked at me. So I closed my trash can. It was trash night. I knew he was gonna come in, trying to mess with the trash, but he didn't want to come over. I was gonna let it open, you know what? Dig through it, whatever, buddy. Have fun. But no, he's staring at me across the street. Yeah, and that's if I close the doors, mosquitoes aren't too bad. But once it's in the summer, if it's this time in the summer, which is 7:30, they can get pretty rancid. But if the doors are closed, it's not too bad. But thankfully, the way that this shed is built, it's cement in the ground, and it's built into the side of a hill, and it has trees over it. It doesn't, whatever temperature is outside is what will be in here. And usually, if it is actually super hot outside, closing the doors will actually make it cooler. Anything, it stays colder in here than outside, which is great for the winter, because it is fantastically cold. But it does insulate decent for not really having, you can see the crap insulation I have. I don't have a ton, but it does a decent job with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I should be nice to the stray cats. Now that my roommate's dogs don't live here, they can probably run around. I did see a cat in my backyard. It's a different cat. So I'm sure they just hang around my backyard. There's nothing, no animals in it besides them. So yeah, they can go crazy back here and catch all the birds and mice that they want. So there's a lot of birds that live in my backyard too. So I bet there are some cats hunting around for a little chicken breast. You can hear them all above. I can also hear a bunch of squirrels that run on top of the shed because there's trees over top. So I'm sure they jump onto the branch or whatever, or they can go to the fence that's next to it and then get onto a tree. So I always hear the all the time up there. Little little fat guys running around. But see if this loads. Man, only 19 views on my last video, although I just posted today. It's kind of crazy. Some of my long form, like one from 7 days ago, is 863 views, which is crazy for like a long form video for me. And then like it varies a lot, but I feel like the lives carry over better to long form than the shorts do. But I feel like both do a decent job. But for me, it's like going live isn't really that hard because I have unlimited internet and I have my second phone that I can use for music, which is the biggest thing I didn't like before. Is I didn't listen to music when I did these lives, but now I can at least listen to something. And then the shorts are easy because it's all lifting clips, so it's like as soon as shorts became a thing, I was like, oh, perfect. I don't have to spam my like actual normal feed with just every lift that I like. I can just post it in shorts and not have to worry about flooding my normal long form feed. So I still will occasionally post stuff in the long form that are just lifting clips, but usually they're more like I don't say important, but like bigger lifts, um, or ones that are like a lifetime PR or something, or something that's just I was really happy about. So it's kind of random with those, but shorts are just kind of it's a smorgasbord of all the lifts. It's definitely just easy highlights. So I mean, usually they're in order too, so you can get a pretty good idea of how all sessions went without looking at the long form videos. But we'll do a couple presses here. I think I'll leave the rack out for push presses. I'm not too worried about missing forward on these, but when I got the behind the neck jerks, we'll definitely turn it in between when I'm actually doing the sets so I don't throw it onto it. But the crash pads actually put these at a perfect height too, which is nice. It is like a jungle gym. Navigating around. Weights are too heavy. If only I was strong and I could lift them. Can't. I'm weak. Shorts are just really useful? Oh. I'm so dumb. Like, I literally was just talking about shorts, and I'm literally thinking of the clothes. Like, why are you talking about shorts? I I'm really smart, I'll have you know. My brain is massive. It's full of hot air, but it's massive. It's kind of off the rails with that. I'm not even listening to myself talk. Alright, so we'll do 70 for a couple reps here. Might just be one or a couple, and then we're going to jump up to 100. so much easier than trying to put this plate on with the crash pad here. You see it sinks down a little bit. That right there, can't believe I haven't figured that out in years. Never thought of having that just there. Those did not feel very good though, but well, it's a push press, so I mean, trousers gang. To be honest, I never wear shorts when I train. I have like these training pants that are all the way down like pants, and then like the 3/4 ones. But my max strict press is 105. Right now, it's not 105. It's, but these are just push presses. All right. Let's see how these feel. They might just feel horrendous, so we will see. Manageable, but good working sets. Should put a bed out here so I can take a nap between sets, like a true power lifter. That's one thing that benefits of lives is I don't get distracted on my phone. I know I'm talking and stuff, but like I don't play chess or anything. This is less distracted than I'll get. Because like my other phone is basically a dumb phone. I just have the music app on it. I guess technically that's texting, but I don't even know if it gets text. It might not actually, because it doesn't have a SIM card in it. Ooh, that was a good burp. But yeah, do a second set here. Might not do 5 sets of 3. We might just do 3. We'll see. Parkour. Be really good to do 5, but it's heavy. Should have used fake weights today. Some people be watching that though. Napping live stream. Occasional lifting. We'll just call it napping live stream. Actually sounds like a hilarious idea. No, it's just rest. Sets between rest is important. Only rest. Yeah, 3 more hours of naps. Occasionally I wake up, do a set of something. Maximal recovery. Minimal weights. Maximum naps. But that certainly felt power napping, powerlifting. Felt a lot better than the first set, so. I mean, I definitely got 3, and if I do 3, I'll probably feel confident enough to do Moss. But we need. Only stinky thing with the music is there's only a couple I know that won't get copyrighted. I don't want the stream to get messed up as I'm jamming. I'm sorry, YouTube. I was trying to vibe. Is that a valid copyright? Or copy fair use reason? I'm just vibing. Sorry, YouTube. Trying to vibe. Blade was sliding. Felt good besides the last one. The last one I got distracted because the weight was really far off to the side. I don't know if it actually felt like if it felt worse, but that looks good. Honestly, Joseph, sounds like an optimal session. A 6-hour nap, occasionally broken up by deadlift reps. These push presses they kind of suck, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like force feeding yourself vegetables. Hey, that's what I'm all about. Bring the mattress out. 2-hour naps between sets. Literally optimal recovery. But One more well, two more triples, I should say. Hey, have a good one, guys. I'll be here slaving away. Slaving away at the iron. Or steel, whatever this bar is made of. Tin foil. I'll be out here doing some tomfoolery. 3 sets of tomfoolery. Alright. 4 sets. RP now. One more set of those. And then dessert, some behind the neck jerks. And some burps. Anabolic lifting burps. Whew. Just want to go right now and just get them done. Let me cook. It's not gonna be good, but I'm gonna cook something. All right. One more set. Necesito más grande brazos. Ah. All right, I'm ready. Bueno trabajo para mí. Now some vegetables. Actually, this is a big chocolate cake. Whew. So did 5 sets of 3. So now I get to play with some behind the neck jerks. See how those feel. To be honest, I might just start at 100. Whew. Oh, we'll be smart. We'll go to 70. Oh. I don't trip and fall and die. Too fat. Ah. Too fat for my own shed. I hate to see it. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right. Alright, we're just gonna do 70 and go right to 190 and see what happens. Ah. Maybe we just go right to 120 TBH. It's quite nice. I might actually just leave the rack out and just not have to struggle getting the weights on. Throw the hat on so my glasses don't fall off. Alright, supposed to be 120. Won't be too bad. Do it for one, and go up to 140. That make it feel good. I can do it. I believe. Felt good enough for two. Alright, we gotta lose glasses though. Start getting a little hot and heavy in here. And I'd rather not have glasses that fog up. This thing's kind of overrated anyway. There's nothing to look at. Alright. The dumb part of me wants to go to 150. Semi-dumb wants to do 145. The mildly dumb is going to do 140. Definitely just a single here though. Alright. Ah. $255. a little hyped up for this one. Turn it back a little bit. All right. All right. Oh, those are much harder after push presses. All right. I'll drop down to 150. See if I can do that. Alright, 150 now. Dropping it 5 kilos. No, I'm cooked. Ooh, wasn't even full roast. Oh. Well, 40 is the limit, that's for sure. My goodness. So what we're gonna do is go down to 120 and maybe do an AMRAP. We'll see. We'll see how we're vibing. It's, max weight is 176 kilos. So, curious how many reps I'll be able to do here. We're just gonna vibe it out, see what the word is on this, but definitely more than 2. I'll just keep going until I can't no more. All right, one more. All right. What do I think that was 5. That's exactly what I need to be doing all the time, though. But, yikes. So, tomorrow I am again looking at the house. See how bad those look. Second one was better. Third one was okay. Fourth one was okay. Fifth one's okay. I had a 6. I'm a psychopath. You're gonna look hard. So honestly, not bad. And I'm feeling that in all the right places, which is good. So not actually 5, actually 6. So I will certainly take that. Whew. But, oh, I get this back on the rack. Oh, well, that's a good session for just building in general. Getting the reps in. Got a great amount of reps of the squat in. Fantastic amount of push presses. And getting some push or behind the neck push press reps. Jerk reps. It's just good in general. So pretty much as perfect as a session as you could hope on a day like today. Oh, and I'll probably just put the blocks away tomorrow. At least get the weights off so I don't grief myself that hard. But yeah, that was real good. So appreciate you guys stopping by for the session. I need to go and eat. I might go live later for chess. I haven't got much else to do tonight, and caught up on grad school work for the most part. Just have assignments to do in a couple weeks, but ain't got to be done today. So at least got a decent start on some of them. One of them, well, I know what I need to do for one of them, and the other one, at least have some ideas. So appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the likes, and it's always nice to be lifting with some people. And yeah, thanks. I'll see you guys. Take care. Maybe later tonight.